Hello there, friends. It's Jimmy Maverick, and I am here to do another fantasy draft mock draft for you today. And we are going to be on Yahoo today. So this is a half-point PPR mock draft. I am going to be picking third. This is me right here. We got about 2 minutes till the start, and so I'm going to show you how my app, My Perfect Fantasy Draft, is going to work to help you just dominate your league on draft day. Okay, it's going to make the absolute difference in your entire draft process. All right. So I first of all want to invite you over to my website. It is fantasyfootballmaverick.com. You can't miss it because of the big Pittsburgh Heinz Stadium right there. This has lots of good information on it. You can see how the app works. You can take a tour of the app. You can sign up for a free membership, and it will let you access the app for a 12-team draft, a 12-team standard point draft, so you can kind of see how it works for yourself. Like I said, you can use this on all your drafts. If you like it, you can subscribe to it, get full access to all the features of the app, and I'm going to show you how it works right now. And the first thing is, oh, look at this. The draft is now. So to use my app, you got to answer 3 questions, all right? So the first thing is, how does the league score points? This is a half-point PPR. You can see I also have standard points and full-point PPR set up. Likewise, if you have a custom point schedule that's not any of those, you can access that through the league point schedule in the app. So we're just going to choose half-point PPR. And do you want to engage in Jimmy's recommended player filters? We are not going to do that today because I want to see all the players. I want to show you how they look on the app itself. And then question 3 is draft mode. You want to enter draft mode? Yes, we are going to enter draft mode. And again, you have to put in the size of your league. This is a 12-team league. You got to put in your draft position. Draft position is 3, and we're going to go ahead and we're going to enter draft mode. And what that's going to do is if you're not in draft mode, it's just going to show you the list of the top 250 players, okay? It's a very good resource. It's you can get all the information you need off the draft list, but what draft mode does is it breaks that list down round by round, okay? So it makes it very easy to find the best player in each and every round of your draft. You can see that these additional buttons just popped up. These buttons represent each round of your draft. So we can just click on the first round of the draft, and right below that you'll see my pretty face right here, and then I give some tips, I give my recommendations, my top 3 players. These are essentially the 3 players with the highest VORC score, that's value, outlook, reliability, and consistency, not including the long shots or the reaches for that particular round, okay? So let me just jump back to the waiting room here. It is loading up right now. We still have a couple of minutes. Now, what is the VORC score? Well, in my app, there's 4 major pieces of information that I like to get about my players. The first is, what is their value? What's their value rank relative to their draft position, all right? That gives you a value score, all right? Then you have the outlook, which is kind of the intangibles for the upcoming season. What kind of volume do they get? Were there any coaching changes? Did they switch teams? Things like that would modify their outlook for the upcoming season. So they can be rated on a scale of 1 to 5, 5 is best. Then we have reliability, which is how many games has the player missed on average over the past 3 seasons. If they have missed an average of 2 or fewer games per season, they get high reliability. Between 2 and 4 games per season is medium reliability. If they missed an average of 4 or more, they get low reliability. If they are a rookie, they get an NA on that. Okay, so that's what you'll see there. Consistency is how consistent was their usage on a week-to-week basis during the prior season. It's a scale of 1 to 10. You want as close to 10 as possible. Those are the players that you can trust on a week-to-week basis are going to get the volume, okay? The worst kind of player to have for season-long fantasy is the guy that gets 12 targets one week and 2 targets the next, okay? Those players score low on consistency. We'll go through that a little bit. Now we got 22 seconds till the game starts. So let's just look real quick. Who are they recommending? Okay. Oh, wait. Is it my turn already? Shoot, it is my turn. Okay. So we took too long here, but Ezekiel Elliott would be my top choice for a running back. Devontae Adams is highly rated, but I don't want a running back wide receiver right now. So I'm going to go with Alvin Kamara. He's my 3rd highest VORC score, and you can see he is still available here. And we will draft him. And now we have a little bit of breathing room because it's going to be a long wait to our next pick. So you can see here the VORC score is over here, and the players, instead of being ordered by their value or by their draft position or whatever, they're ranked by their VORC score. So how they score on each of those 4 key points that I talked about, they get points. And you can see the breakdown of the points right here, okay? When I hover over it, you can see that someone like Ezekiel Elliott, he gets 20 points for the outlook, 20 points for reliability, 20 points for consistency, and his value, if you look at his value rank, is 3rd. My pick is pick number 3, so he gets a 0 on value, which means he's fair value, right? But 60 points makes him the highest scoring player that round, okay? And then you will see as you move down the list, the numbers go down based on how they score on these 4 traits, all right? So this is a very good and easy way for you to see who the best players are in each round. So let's go to the next round, and we're going to take a look at it. Now, who am I recommending? Well, my recommendations are Patrick Mahomes, Adam Thielen, and Zach Ertz. So that's an interesting trio. I don't usually take a quarterback early like this, but if you are the kind of person who wants Mahomes on your team, now is the round to get him if you are picking 3rd in a 12-team league. That's one of the important things about this app is it's going to show you exactly when you need to take your favorite players, okay? It's a really good tool. Now, next to the VORC score, you're going to see these guns, and you're also going to see hands. And what that means is they're either a long shot or they're a reach. So what a long shot means is there's just a 50% or fewer chance that they will be available on this round, okay? So what I like to say is if there is a higher VORC score player that is a long shot but is still available, take that player, okay? But for instance, there are long shots that are not very highly rated, like Antonio Brown down here with only 34 VORC points. If he's still available at my pick, I'm not going to take him because I want someone with a higher VORC score to go. So if Juju Smith-Schuster or Mike Evans makes it to my pick, I'm going to take him. If not, I don't think I would take Patrick Mahomes. Adam Thielen would probably be my choice as a wide receiver, and I usually take a wide receiver in the 2nd round anyway. So what do we got here? We still got a number of picks until my next round. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pause it until we're within 3 of my next pick, and we will come right back. All right, so we are back, and so I didn't tell you what the reaches meant. So you can see the little hands. The hands are the reaches, and what the reaches are is those are going to be the long shots on your next pick. So if it's a player you really, really like, you're going to know I really should take him now because I don't want to really gamble. Okay, so now let's take a look. So Mike Evans got picked. Juju Smith-Schuster got picked. So that means that my next pick for wide receiver would be Adam Thielen. So I'm going to take him as my number. And again, he scores very well. And we got a quick turnaround. So I'm just going to run to the 3rd round here. And I'd like to go back to running backs in the 3rd round. It's just a personal preference. And so you can see the top recommended 3rd round running back is Derrick Henry. I also recommend Damian Williams and Amari Cooper. Those are all really, really good choices. I think I personally will prefer Damian Williams because of his pass catching ability and being on an extremely high octane offense. All right, lots of opportunities to score. So we will take Damian Williams with our next pick. All right, so now we got Thielen as our wide receiver. We got Kamara and Williams as our running backs. That's not a bad start. I would have liked to have had a bit of a stronger wide receiver, but I think Thielen is totally fine. So let's move on to the 4th round here. And you can see here that what I am recommending is Philip Lindsay, who I think would be a fine choice. I believe his wrist issue will be fine by the time the regular season starts, but if he is still in preseason and he's not practicing or he hasn't been cleared by his doctors, I would not take him at all. So we're going to have to monitor the situation. But right now, I'll go under the assumption that he's going to be just fine. All right. We also have Kerryon Johnson and Aaron Rodgers. So here is another quarterback. So if you want to take Aaron Rodgers, this is the time you need to take him if you're picking 3rd in your 12-team league, all right? You can see also what do we have over here? So long shots, you got Mark Ingram. who is a long shot to be available, but is higher rated than Philip Lindsay. So I would probably take Mark Ingram if he is still available. Likewise, you got Jarvis Landry as a long shot. That would be a very nice wide receiver too, just based on the volume. And this is half-point PPR. But I think let's just stick with running backs, man. I'll go either Lindsay or Johnson if Ingram is not available. So we'll just have to wait and see what happens. Again, it is a long wait to my next pick, so I'm going to pause until we get within 3, and then we'll see what's going on. All right, and we're back, and let me see. Is Ingram still available? Oh, he is still sitting out there. Let's just put him on my queue. And let's see here. You can see there's Kerryon Johnson and there's Jarvis Landry, but I'm not going to take a wide receiver this round. What about, let's see here. What about Lindsay? How's he doing? Did he already get taken? Philip Lindsay already got drafted. All right, well, it happens. Every draft, some guy's going to get taken much earlier than expected, but I still think we have some good choices here. Mark Ingram is probably going to be my pick. Now, you can see he's pretty far down, and I could probably wait till my next pick, but I don't think I want to risk it. Kerryon Johnson is still here, but again, Ingram was the highest ranked Vork player for this round. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to take him. Don't worry about it. And then for round 5, I'm sorry, a quick turnaround here for round 5. Tyler Boyd is currently coming up as the highest Vork score. We also have Tyler Lockett, Alshon Jeffrey. Kerryon Johnson may still be available on my next pick. I think I might take Kerryon Johnson with my 5th pick, but I think I'm more inclined to go back to a wide receiver here to get myself a solid wide receiver 2. So let's see here. Is Boyd still available? Tyler Boyd is still available. So it's about to come back to me right now. And I will go ahead and I will take him. So we now have Ingram and Boyd on our team. So pretty solid core. I'm pretty happy with this so far. We're going to keep on going here. So let's jump to the next round and see what's up for the 6th round. Now, this is where I typically start to look at tight ends. And one thing you can do is you have position filters up here. So if I click on the tight end, we can see that Jared Cook and Eric Ebron should be available in the next round. They do not score well on my Vork score, though. They're both scoring at 0. So the good points completely offset the bad points. So I don't think I'm going to take a tight end at this point, but let's look at what running backs are available. We got Kenyon Drake, who is a long shot. We got James White, who could be decent, but I've been burned by New England running backs so many times, especially taking them this early. We got Tevin Coleman as a reach, Darius Geis as a long shot also. If we go to wide receivers, we got Robbie Anderson and Corey Davis. I would be inclined to take Robbie Anderson, actually. I think he'd be a good choice. What about quarterbacks? Well, quarterbacks, Drew Brees is a reach at this level, and Russell Wilson is a long shot. So, it's kind of a difficult round. I think what I'm going to do, whoops, I'm sorry, I just jumped out of the 6th round there. What I'm going to do is I'm going to hope for Kenyon Drake. I would definitely take him if he's still available. But if not, I think I'm going to grab Robbie Anderson. So why don't we just go in here. I'm just going to put them both up on my queue. So we'll go Kenyon Drake. And we will go Robbie Anderson, and I'll put them both up there. And so they're ready to go. And what I'll do is I'm just going to pause till we're within 3, and we'll see what happens. All right, and we're back, and there's a very spirited and heated debate happening on the chat queue. So I don't know what's going on there. But anyway, it's just about our turn. Now, I know I rated Kenyon Drake first before Robbie Anderson, but look at Robbie Anderson. Looks like he is going to be available. I doubt he would make it to the next round. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to take Robbie Anderson as my 3rd wide receiver. And then I'm going to come back and get Kenyon Drake on the 7th pick. I will look at the 7th round to see if there's maybe somebody better. But I think Kenyon Drake is going to be a great choice if he can last this long, which it looks like there's a good chance that he won't get taken. So I will take Robbie Anderson. And let's just jump to the 7th round and see what they're recommending. Sterling Shepard, Tevin Coleman, Jared Goff. I mean, they're all fine choices. I don't want another wide receiver, though. I definitely want a running back here on this round. So let's go with Kenyon Drake. And let's also look at the tight ends. Sorry, that's one thing I didn't look. So we got Cook, Ebron, both long shots, Njoku. All right, so I mean, Njoku is a possibility, but I think I'm just going to wait till the next round to get my tight end. So that will be my goal for the 8th round pick. Truthfully, mostly I'm just looking for Vance McDonald. I think he offers fantastic value. And so, and this is looking pretty good. I think I might end up with Drake, but if he goes, we got James White. I don't really want Lamar Miller. Tevin Coleman's still there. So I think I will be okay. And so let's just wait and see what happens. So John's taking all of his time, and Trevor should be an auto pick. So Trevor will pick one of these two, whichever one doesn't get taken. So I'm sure that will auto pick Sammy Watkins. James White got taken, so he's off the list. We knew he was long anyway. So let's go ahead. We'll take Kenyon Drake. That's a nice deal. So that's very good. And let's move on to the 8th round. We'll look at the tight ends. No tight ends in the 8th round. What about the 9th? Okay, well, there's Vance McDonald. There's Chris Herndon. There's Delaney Walker. You know, Vance McDonald, like I said, he's got a great VORC score. Very reasonable. I think he has tons of upside too. He's kind of like my favorite tight end that I'm targeting right now. But Herndon, I think, is also a decent choice. I think, you know, the Jets, Sam Darnold, you know, is going to make a big step forward here in his 2nd year. We see that all the time with quarterbacks, and they've certainly built a better team around him this season than he had last season. It's one of the reasons why I took Robbie Anderson. So I think will be good for Vance McDonald. Let's see, what are the recommendations? We got Rashad Penny. Ooh, I really like Rashad Penny also. I think he's the highest VORC score player. Minnesota Vikings defense, if you want to go defense, or Houston Texans. So those are right there. You can also see on the list below Rashad Penny, D.D. Westbrook is a reach. I don't think we need to get him. Marvin Jones, Kyler Murray as long shots. I'm not really interested in that. But certainly, if you were going to take a defense, boy, there's a lot of defenses going in my next round. Vikings, Browns, Ravens, Jaguars, and Texans. So I am usually one to wait. I like to wait till the very end of the draft to get my kicker and my defense. So I'm definitely not going to go that route. But I do like the idea of Rashad Penny in the 8th and then grabbing Vance McDonald in the 9th if he lasts that long. And I think he will. So let's just put up Rashad here. We'll just go ahead and mark him. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to mark Vance McDonald. And so I think we'll be good on both of those guys. And I will pause till we're within 3, and we'll see what happens. All right, it came back very quickly to me. You can see that both of my guys are still available. Rashad Penny and Vance McDonald are still both sitting on the board. And so I will very happily take both of them. So we will see what happens here. And come on. So I hope you're seeing also that during the process here, I'm getting basically every player I want. Very rarely am I being thwarted by another player. It's one of the big benefits of using my app is I focus on when a player is most likely to be drafted. Okay? Expected draft position, EDP. And that's how I rank my players. And because, typical, you can't go off like average draft position, because although that's good for players that are relatively stable on the board, players that are moving rapidly up or rapidly down get this lag on them on average draft position once they start moving. And so you can't really rely on that. And then I don't like the top 200 lists because those are just arbitrary. So I'm really trying to probably the most important part of this app is just the fact that I'm going to give you the best idea possible as to when you need to take players. Now, every draft is different. Sometimes players get taken super early. Sometimes players get taken late. But look, Vance McDonald's still available. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take him. And so that's what it comes down to. And I don't even really have to pay attention to what other players are being drafted for the most part. I mean, when I'm in a live actual draft, I do track what quarterbacks have come off the board, how many quarterbacks and how many tight ends have come off the board, because that helps me with those players. But, I don't need to worry about on my app marking off players as they get selected. I'm focused on who are the next players in the next round that I need to look at. So we're heading into the 10th round. Okay, so let me just jump to the 10th round here. And I think we need to get ourselves a quarterback. So let's look at the quarterbacks. Jameis Winston's the only one here, but it's because of the quick turnaround. So let's look on the next round. So you can see here a ton of options available. Dak Prescott, Ben Roethlisberger, Phillip Rivers, all three of those guys, actually, I would prefer. Jameis Winston's on there too. I think I just saw him get taken. I don't really want him anyway. He throws too many interceptions. I don't want to deal with that. But shoot, Dak Prescott is actually one of my dark horse quarterback candidates because based on his projections, he's currently the 11th best quarterback in the league this season, and yet he is going super late. Look, even here, he's a reach. So I could actually even wait till my 12th round pick to take this guy. But I definitely want to take a quarterback on this next round. We'll see who's available. There's also a possibility that Jared Goff might still be available, but probably not. I think he probably went a few rounds. Oh, yeah, he went a while ago. So we'll look at that. But let's see what else is available, right? Who else should we look at in the 10th round? Right now, they are recommending Austin Eckler, running back, which I think would be a very good choice for another running back. And you can see I'm going very running back heavy in this draft. I like to stock up on them, okay? So we can look at that. What other running backs are available? We got Dion Lewis and Darrell Henderson, both as long shots. So they might be available, but I think Eckler's a great choice. I think we should probably just focus on that and then grab the quarterback on my 11th round pick. So let's see where we're doing here. We still got a few ways. I'm going to pause it. We'll come back as soon as I'm within 3. We'll see what happens. I'm kind of bummed out because Jared Goff just got taken, but I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go for Dak. All right, I'm going to take him in the 12th. So I'm going to go running back and a wide receiver this round. So we're going to go with Austin Eckler. He is still available. And then if we look at the next round, on the 11th round, let's look at wide receivers. James Washington, that's a damn fine choice. I like that. Deshaun Jackson, Deshaun Hamilton. Not really thrilled with Deshaun Hamilton, but I think James Washington would be a great choice here. Certainly has considerable upside. Over 200 targets are up for grab right now with the departure of Jesse James and, of course, the diva Antonio Brown. So someone's got to pick him up. It's not going to be Juju. Juju already has a full load, probably at about 170 targets. I don't see him more, so it's got to go somewhere else. So we're going to go ahead. We're going to grab Austin Eckler right now. And then let's just see. Hopefully Washington is still available. He sure is. So we're going to go ahead and him. Also, I'm not really looking at the standings right now. All the rookies, they haven't put in the rookie projections yet into Yahoo, so it's all skewed. It doesn't really mean anything. Plus, you'll notice that I haven't really targeted any rookies. I will probably towards the very, very end because there are some good options late. But right now, I'm happy with getting guys that I already kind of know what their role is, and if they like people like James Washington, I think that they have a chance for an expanded role that could become very fantasy relevant. So James Washington is still sitting there, so I will take him. And then what I do is I'm going to target Dak with my next pick. There he is. And we should be good with that. And is there anyone else we should maybe look at? Let's look at who are the other quarterbacks on this round. Oh, they're all, ooh. Dak Prescott is a long shot. Okay, I think I gambled. We'll see if I get it or not. If not, I'm going to have to go to another tier. Oh, boy, and that gets dismal. All right, so I think I screwed up here. I probably should have taken Dak with my last pick. Hopefully he won't get taken before my next pick. Like I said, 50-50 shot, maybe a little bit less. We'll see what happens. I'm going to pause and we'll come back. Hey, it's a little bit nerve-wracking right now. Roethlisberger and Rivers just came off. Those are two guys that I would take if they were available at this point in the draft. So hopefully neither of these two guys before me take Prescott, and I will be good. I think I really gambled here. And it paid off. So it was a long shot, though. So we knew that it was a possibility he could make it back to me. He did. For my final for my final bench slot, I like to go with maybe a rookie. So first of all, I want to see is Harry still available? N'Keal Harry available. I think that's kind of weird. You're going to see him move up the draft board, but we could definitely take him. I'm also looking at Hardman, maybe Metcalf. Okay, those are like the three guys I would probably target this year for rookie wide receivers. But I'm going to definitely go with Keneal. You know, New England definitely has a chance to make an impact here early on. So looks like that is going to come back to me no problem. And all right. This is pretty nice. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pause until the draft is over. I'm going to grab a defense and a kicker. We'll review the team and wrap it up. All right. I'll be right back. All right, so the draft is about to wrap up here. I ended up getting New England, who I love their early season schedule. I believe they are home against Pittsburgh. Then they have Miami away, and then I believe it's like I think it's the Jets at home. It's anyway, really easy. Lots of opportunities for turnovers and sacks and everything else. So I love them. I got George Tavecchio as my kicker for Atlanta, who I think is going to be great. I always like to get good offenses that play in a dome. Well, Atlanta doesn't even play an outdoor game until like November. So I think that's a great choice too. Let's review the rest of the team though. Okay, so for my quarterback, I got Dak Prescott. Again, I think I waited a little bit too long. Had I to do this again, I probably would have taken a quarterback earlier, but I am totally fine with Dak. I think he's great, ton of upside, all right? So running backs, Alvin Kamara, Damian Williams, Mark Ingram, Kenyon Drake, Rashad Penny, and Austin Eckler. That's a hell of a squad. I love that. All right, now let's look at wide receivers. Adam Thielen, Tyler Boyd, Robbie Anderson, James Washington, and N'Keal Harry. Again, rock solid. I'm kind of upset that I didn't get myself a true wide receiver one, but I have confidence that this team is solid. Oh, okay. And then for tight end, Vance McDonald, and that's it. So overall, I probably give myself a B on this, but you can see how the app is going to help you. All right. Notice how I basically got every player I wanted at every round of the draft. I knew exactly when to take them. I took a bit of a risk on Dak. I got him. And the only guys that I got denied on were long shots, right? So, and that's what I really strive to do. I've got an algorithm that I use to sort the players. It's all based on what's happening right now. It's not based on averages that go over the course of the entire fantasy preseason. So, like I said, please go to my website, fantasyfootballmaverick.com. Check out the app. Sign up for a free account. You can try this app on a 12-team standard point league. See how it works for you. If you like it, you can subscribe, get full access to all the different point schedules and all the different rankings because players are ranked differently depending on the type of league that you're playing in, whether it's PPR or non-PPR. Likewise, you get all the good information about what is their outlook? What's their value? What's their reliability? What's their consistency? These are pieces of information that are very hard to come by on other places. And again, this has been designed to be used in a live draft environment to give you your top player, to show you alternatives, to show you long shots, to show you reaches. That's all important. That's all stuff that you need to know in order to have a successful draft. So thank you very much for watching. I hope you liked it. I'm going to be doing a lot more of these over the course of the next few months, so please subscribe. And thanks so much. Have a great fantasy season, everybody.